Welcome Francisco Lindor into the conversation right now. Francisco, it's Gary Apple and Todd Zeile and Anthony Recker here in our SNY studios. Good to see you. Let's begin right here. You know, we know about the numbers. We look at Baseball Reference. We know about the 4 All-Star appearances, the Gold Gloves, the Silver Sluggers. I want to get your take out of the gate here. Your explanation to Met fans, what they are getting between the lines with the addition of Francisco Lindor.
Well, you're getting a player that enjoys the game, has fun. He embraces every single moment of the daily basis. I'm extremely excited to be part of the New York Mets and to be out there. And hopefully we have fans so they can get to see me up close and I can see them closer. Not too close, you know, I can't really hug or be too close to them, but close enough where they can enjoy the game a little bit closer.
One of the things the Mets are getting is a superstar right in the prime of his career. You're 27 years old. What do you think at this point, as good as you have been so far, that you think you can get better at and that you're working on?
I think I can get better. Well, I know I can get better at everything. I can be better at running the bases. Defensively, I can play better defense. I can hit for better average. And so, yeah, I would like to think that I can get better in every aspect of the game. I feel like I haven't hit my peak yet. And I continue to strive to be the best version of Francisco Lindor. So yeah, I mean, the numbers that I have done in the past, they're good. Yeah, they're good numbers, but I want the team to get better and find a way to help my team win.
That's a great way to look at things, Frankie. And I'll tell you what, being over there in Cleveland with you for the short time that I was, I saw you, especially, I heard you mention that, you're proud of your Puerto Rican heritage. You had a guy over there, a former player, Sandy Alomar Jr., who was, quite a good player, from the same area. Who are some of the biggest influences you've had, whether it's coaches or other players? I remember seeing Michael Brantley's dad in the cage working with you guys sometimes on hitting. Mm-hmm. Who are some of the biggest influences on you, and how have they helped you, with your career so far?
Well, you mentioned one great guy, Anthony. Michael Brantley has been a big influence in my career. He has helped me so much when it comes to hitting and when it comes to understanding how to stay with myself and stay in the present. He has done a great job of that. Sandy Alomar, he, on the daily basis, talking to him, all running the bases, talking to him at times about the approach, because of as you know, the catcher's mentality is completely different than everybody else's. Who else has helped me that a lot in my career? Well, Francona has let me be me, and since day one, I came up. I remember him having a conversation on me not running the bases the right way. Then I did it again, and he said to me early in my career, he's like, "Hey, I have had more conversations about running the bases with you that I have had with this team the whole year, and you just showed up." And I'm like, "All right, man, I got it. Thank you. I'll figure it out." And ever since then, it's all about going hard. So yeah, it's been very impactful in my life.
Hey, Francisco, it's Todd Zeile. Welcome to New York City. Great place to be. Hey, I'm piggybacking on what Recker had asked you. Wondering, you grew up more in Florida. Who was your favorite team, and what players did you really look up to as a young baseball player, kind of forming your game?
So growing up, my favorite player was Roberto Alomar. He was one of the reasons why I used number 12. Besides my cousin and my brother using number 12 when I was growing up, he was one of the reasons. So Alomar, Beltran, Delgado, all the Puerto Rican players, Puerto Rico is such a small island that when you have somebody that's a superstar like they were, Juan Gonzalez, you always paying attention to them, and you always try and do things just like them. A team that I watched a lot, obviously because in Puerto Rico, back in the days, they weren't showing every team. They were showing the Atlanta Braves, they would show the Dodgers, they would show Yankees, Boston, Marlins when they had Ivan Rodriguez. the Mets when they started to get all the players from Puerto Rico. So Boston was the team that I watched a lot because everybody was Yankee Puerto Rico. So it was like, all right, I got to pick something to have the rebuttal. So that was one of the teams that I watched. But the players, it was Alomar, Barriga, Delgado, Beltran, all of them.
So I've read, Francisco, a lot about your parents and the influence that they have had on your life and your career. I was reading where you say you got this great smile from your mom. So fill us in a little bit more on the impact your parents have had on you from day one to where you are right now.
Oh, my parents, I can't thank them enough, man. They have been truly blessing in my life. My dad has always been like the more strict, the one that you can never achieve your goals because it's always a new one. You achieve one, but you go to the next one, so that one is in the past. And my mom is just the most happiest person in the world. She loves smiling. She loves having fun. I thank the Lord. I got a little bit from both. Because my dad is more on the serious side. He jokes around, but my dad's just on a mission. And I'm on a mission, but I enjoy the mission. And I get that from my mom. So.
That is awesome. Anthony, go ahead.
So, Frankie, I mean, I've seen you on the field, and you enjoy the game so much. We all, I think I can speak for everyone in saying we've all appreciated watching you from afar. Now we get to watch you up close. You know, where does that joy come from, and how are you able to manifest it on the field in the way that a lot of other players, you just don't see that, the joking around, the having a good time, but also playing hard and enjoying yourself? Where does that come from, and how are you able to do that?
Anthony, you know, we're so blessed to play the game and have health to play the game. It sucks being hurt. It sucks. And when you're on the field, for me, the way I show respect of the game to the game is working as hard as I can. But at the same time, I enjoy my job. I generally enjoy getting better. I enjoy winning, and I enjoy the times I have lost because it's, brother, don't let me win because I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk a lot. You know, beat me up now and don't talk. Stay quiet because if I win, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk a lot more. And that's just fun, you know, to be able to go back and forth and bounce happiness with other players in my team. You know, I've been blessed with a great group of guys in Cleveland my whole career, and that have allowed me to have fun. You know, talking to Ramirez next to me, talking to Cesar Hernandez this past year, just enjoying the ride, and with my outfielders, it's fun, and the game is fun, and why not smile? Why not have fun? Why not enjoy? Embrace every single moment that you have. I don't know when this is going to be done. I don't know when I won't be able to play this game. So just have fun. I'm a little kid and I enjoy it. And this is who I am. And the people that don't like it, well, don't look at me.
You know what? It's a great way to look at the game. We're having fun. We're on. You might as well enjoy it. Listen, I was wondering something about sort of the formation of your game, your switch hitting. When did that start? Was it natural? Was it something you started as a young kid? And how did that develop as a young player? Yeah.
So my brother, first of all, my brother and my cousin, they switched it. But my dad didn't want me to switch it. My dad said, if you can hit 500 from one side, why would you switch? But I wanted to be like my brother and my cousin. So my dad, the way he made me work was, you do everything right today in practice. Today, I'll let you hit lefty at the end. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll do everything right, and then I'll hit like 10, 15 balls at the end of practice. I was doing that since I was a little kid, since as long as I remember. And then when I came to the States, to Florida, we I stayed in the dorms. I went to boarding school. So I stayed in the dorms. So I would go out and go to the cage and hit left-handed with one of my best friends. Left-handed. One day the coach showed up. And he was like, hey, if you're going to waste your time and my time hitting left-handed, you got to do it in the games. And I'm like, yeah, but my dad would kill me, so I can't do it. And he was like, if you want to do it, we'll do it in the game, and we'll see what he says. And so he showed up one day to the game. My dad came to the game. The first at bat, I went lefty. I hit double. And I'm like, oh, thank God my dad won't be able to say anything. Next at bat, I struck out. And I'm like, uh-oh, now he's going to say something. So after that, he said to me, like, I want you to understand that if you were taking 100 swings from the right side, now you're going to have to take 200. He didn't say, if you're taking 100 from the right side, you're going to have to take 50 from the left side now. He said, you're going to have to do double the work. And I'm like, all right, cool. Nowadays you're young, you do everything. You take 500 swings and you'll be fine. With no batting gloves, and you're fine. So I was doing it. And I started around 14 when I started taking it a little more serious, about to be 15.
Well, what we know is it's worked out pretty well to this point. Let's finish on this, and I've got a two-part question for you. Number one, and we were talking about this a few minutes ago, where you think you fit best atop the lineup. Do you have a preference, number one, hitting first, second, or third? And secondly, what are you most excited about, not just coming to New York, but playing for the Mets?
Well, people have always asked me where do I want to hit. To be honest, I don't change where I hit. I'll put the ball in play. I'll bunt if I have to bunt. I'll drive runners if I have to do it. I'm a situational hitter. So I love leading off because I love getting the game started. There's nothing better than pitch and throw one pitch. I take it. My teammates saw it. Now next pitch, boom, double or home run. Now we win the board. Now it's go time. But I also love taking my time when I hit second, when I hit third. I like that. I don't have to rush. I got more time. I'm relaxed. You got somebody in second. You put yourself into that situation. You get a good pitch, double, 1-0 in the first. I love that feeling too. So I'm Francisco Lindor. I'm going to hit wherever. I'm going to be me. So that's it. And the other question was, I'm sorry, I got caught up in this one.
All right, Francisco, listen, we want let's finish on this real quickly. And I asked the two-part question. Most exciting thing for you about coming to New York and playing specifically for the Mets?
Man, New York is New York. And playing for the Mets is a team that I grew up watching players from the Mets. Reyes was great. David Wright was great. And Joe Santana signed with them. Oliver Perez, those years, I used them so much in PlayStation growing up. I probably finished his arm. That's why he was only throwing 90 with us. Delgado, Beltran, when he signed, watching them and how good they looked in those unis and their colorways, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Hispanic community, and I'm looking forward to see how loud it gets and playing against the Yankees, and hopefully we come on top and just seeing how the city turns into blue and orange.
Francisco, a pleasure to have you with us. Thanks for joining us here on our coverage here today, and welcome to the Mets. Welcome to New York.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.